What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got another NBA news video to go over with you guys. This time actually revolving around Bradley Beal. That currently actually being reported that the Lakers, Heat, and Pelicans have all shown interest in trading for Bradley Beal. And in this video today, I think I'm going to be talking about the Lakers and the Pelicans. I think it might be cool to have a separate video where I talk about the Heat, because yeah, they've definitely got, I think a bigger chance than these two teams may potentially have. Actually, I think the Lakers probably got the least biggest chance, but I think, yeah, the Pelicans will definitely have a lot of pieces to try and trade for Bradley Beal. But I feel like the Miami Heat will be the most active trying to search a trade for him. But, first of all, I think we should look at the Los Angeles Lakers and really what they kind of have, because I honestly don't really think they're going to be able to trade for Bradley Beal as well. I mean, what are they going to really trade for Bradley Beal? Like, if they're going to try and outbeat the Pelicans for Bradley Beal, like the Pelicans, Washington, they should definitely be asking for Lonzo Ball for Bradley Beal. Lonzo has been absolutely insane this season. I mean, he had a slow start, but he's kind of bounced back and has been very, very good. He's only 22 years old, 198 centimeters, aka 5'5", for a guard, which is very, very good, averaging 12.4 points per game, 6.2 rebounds, and 7 assists on 1.43 steals per game. And he's also 38% from 3. That is literally absolutely insane that his three-point accuracy has, gotten that much better. I honestly think that the Washington Wizards should definitely actually be looking at Lonzo Ball as a potential player that they could be getting for Bradley Beal. For example, I could see a trade where, let's just say, I think the Pelicans will have maybe they'll end up getting pick 12 or something like that, pick 11. Let's just say they could do a trade like this: Lonzo Ball, JJ Redick, pick 12, and maybe a first-round pick or something like that. I feel like would probably be worth Bradley Beal, because even though Bradley Beal definitely should have been an all-star this season, I still think Lonzo Ball has so much potential to be a very, very good player in the league. And then obviously that pick 12 can definitely come in handy as a player they could try and draft. Then they get a really nice role player in JJ Redick and another first-round pick for the Pelicans. I think that would be, literally absolutely insane, in my opinion, by, the Washington Wizards if they could try and make that move. But obviously here come the Lakers, and the Lakers think they've got a chance to try and trade for Bradley Beal, which I don't honestly see how they're going to be able to really do this. But again, there could still be a couple moves they could try and, go after in this trade. For example, they're obviously going to have to try and make the cap situations work. I believe he'll be on 28 million or something next season. So yeah, they're going to have to definitely make the cap situations work. What I think it would be, it's going to have to be Danny Green, because Danny Green's on $15 million. So I think it might honestly be something like this. Danny Green in his $15 million contract. Probably Kyle Kuzma, obviously, because he's a young player that the Wizards could definitely use. And he is a forward, and the Wizards definitely need a power forward, I would probably say, or a small forward. And I honestly think Rui Hachimura and Kyle Kuzma, it'd be interesting to see how they'd go, because one of them's going to have to play small forward, and I don't know which one out of the two would really look to play small forward. So that would kind of be the interesting one. And then I probably have to say it'd be about two or three first-round picks or something like that for Bradley Beal. I think that's probably going to be the move. Again, I'm not exactly too sure. But obviously, of course, I definitely would way rather the Wizards, deal than what the Lakers would potentially be offering. Because obviously, yeah, you're going to be, let's just compare them, okay? Let's compare Danny Green and JJ Redick. Yes, in my opinion, Danny Green is a lot better player than what JJ Redick is, but that's really the only one out of this. In my opinion, Lonzo Ball, he's definitely got way more potential than probably what Kyle Kuzma does have right now. Lonzo Ball could turn into a triple-double beast with elite defense in the NBA while he's putting up 38% from 3. What team wouldn't want that? That is literally absolutely insane. While Kyle Kuzma is just, I'd say, a relatively decent scorer who is a very inconsistent three-point shooter, only 29.7%. Also only averages 4.5 rebounds as a power forward, and he's not the greatest defender. He definitely has a lot to work on, so you definitely way rather Lonzo Ball. And then if we're comparing the picks, obviously pick 12 and the Pelicans' first round pick is going to be a lot better than what the Lakers will probably have. The Lakers will probably have pick 30 and 25 next season, and the Pelicans will probably be pick 12 and 20. You'd obviously way rather those picks. You would way rather Lonzo Ball than Kyle Kuzma. You would rather Danny Green than what you would rather JJ Redick, in my opinion. But That's just one move. Who really cares about that, honestly? That's not what it really comes down to. But let's just say, yeah, again, I definitely don't think the Pelicans should be trading Lonzo at all. But to get this deal done, I think they're definitely going to have to. And yeah, it's going to be, I don't know, I kind of am starting to, it's kind of growing on me with Lonzo at the Pelicans. So again, I don't necessarily know how I feel about that. But let's just say they do lose Lonzo to the Washington Wizards and they get Beal back and they don't have Redick now. It's still going to be a pretty mean team. Like, that's definitely going to be a playoff team, most likely, in my opinion. Like, that is pretty good. You'd have Drew Holiday at point guard, who's averaging 20 points per game and is a very good defender. And then you got Bradley Beal at shooting guard, who's averaging like 28 points per game as well. And he's a pretty nice defender. He's alright. And then you got Brandon Ingram at small forward, who's averaging 24 points per game. And Zion Williamson at power forward, who's averaging 24. That would be one of the biggest, that would probably, be one of the only big fours in the NBA right now. Like, I mean, Golden State would probably be the other team with a big four, but I'm considering that Pelicans to have a big four in their starting lineup. And then they got to figure out what they're going to do at center. I mean, I don't know who's their center's going to be. Probably like Derek Favors, but again, I feel like they could probably try and get a better replacement. Maybe like Tristan Thompson, who would be on a cheaper deal and is a better player, most likely, in my opinion. So, again, I think that's their only concern. But if the Lakers got Bradley Beal, obviously that would probably be game over. They're going to easily be, the champion contenders again. They're going to be, a way better team than they are this year. And they're arguably going to win the championship this season. Again, we haven't seen if they will or not. But if you're adding Bradley Beal to that with LeBron James, LeBron's going to, not just even turn him into, he's going to turn into probably a catch and shoot player when he's on the court. And then, that will still work for Bradley Beal because he's a great shooter. And then when LeBron goes off the court, then it's Bradley Beal's team. And he can work with whoever he wants and do whatever he wants. And honestly, his 28 points might go down to like 23. But again, that's still pretty impressive with LeBron. And of course, as the third option, that's going to be absolutely insane. Imagine Bradley Beal being your third option on the Lakers team. That would be absolutely insane. Again, on the Pelicans, I would assume he'd be the number one option. I think that's how it would go. You could even argue Bradley Beal would probably be the number two option on the Lakers, because AD would probably take, more of just that more traditional type of role than trying to be the number two scorer the whole time, because obviously you got Bradley Beal now, so he doesn't necessarily need to try and do that, task and role. But when it comes to the Pelicans, he'd probably be the number one option. Either him or Brandon Ingram, I think, would be the number one option. Oh, obviously, I think that's just pretty much how it's going to be. And then Zion and Drew will definitely be close behind. And then, they're going to have an impressive bench core too. Like, that, they're probably going to be contenders. Let's just say they build a team of, who knows, maybe let's just say they sign a player like Tristan Thompson. I was just going to say it's Derek Favors. They're probably going to bring him back. Let's just say, you're going to have Drew Holiday at point guard, Bradley Beal at shooting guard, Brandon Ingram at small forward, Zion Williamson at power forward, and Derek Favors at center. That's obviously one of the best starting fives in the NBA. And then off the bench, you're going to have Josh Hart. Yeah, Josh Hart is your sixth man pretty much. Jahlil Okafor, Jackson Hayes, Frank Jackson, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, and whoever else they sign in free agency. That's going to be an absolute beast team. That's going to be probably the favourites to potentially win the championship, I would think, if they would be able to get Bradley Beal. But of course, I just think they should try and keep Lonzo. It'd be very unfortunate to see Lonzo get traded, because I do really like Lonzo. I just don't necessarily know. But imagine if they were able to keep Lonzo and they made like a small ball death ball lineup. That would be absolutely insane. Imagine this small ball lineup real quick. You got Drew Holiday at point guard, Bradley Beal at shooting guard, Lonzo Ball at small forward, Brandon Ingram at power forward, and then Zion Williamson at center. I could definitely see that work. That could definitely work. Yes, Zion's not the tallest, but again, he's such a big body, he'll probably be able to get boards. And we've seen Brandon Ingram play power forward throughout the season and actually do pretty good at it. And we've seen Lonzo guard small forwards, and he's a very good defender at small forward as well. So I think that would definitely be extremely interesting. But obviously, if the Lakers can get, Bradley Beal, that's going to be pretty good for them. And I definitely think they'll obviously be, 100% one of the best teams we've seen in the last couple of years. Them and obviously the Golden State Warriors in the last couple of years as well. But, and that, Cleveland Cavaliers team was pretty good. But yeah, that's going to be a pretty interesting one that I definitely think is going to be really cool to potentially see. But yeah, I really don't know what's necessarily going to be happening right now. Again, Bradley Beal, the Miami Heat as well. I'm probably going to make a separate video on that. I think it's going to be pretty interesting to kind of cover that as well. But of course, I definitely would really like to know your thoughts and opinions on this all down below. What team do you guys think Bradley Beal is going to be getting traded to, if he does eventually get traded? Do you guys think the Wizards should just actually keep Bradley Beal or not? Again, I definitely would really like to know your thoughts and opinions on this all down below. But also, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/long channels. Links for them will be in the description down below. And definitely go check out my podcast as well if you haven't already, where I talk about all the latest, NBA, AFL, and NFL content, all that type of stuff on there as well. So definitely go check that out. Links for them will be in the description down below. But as I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.